Welcome back to part 2 here on Made Television, and I'm with a bit of a legend of Rugby AM, Lee, aka Gairall fans, and he's been supporting us since the very start. How did you first come across Rugby AM?
Well, I think it was a friend that told me about Rugby AM, and then I started listening in, and then, you got to know us, by me sending loads of tweets in and things like that.
It's been a good journey so far, and we've definitely grown. Are you impressed with the growth so far, Rugby AM?
Yeah, it's gone from strength to strength, really. It started off on, the radio, and then it's gone on to TV, and so it's gone from strength to strength, really.
Now, obviously, you're one of the main gay fans who talks a lot online about players and have a bit of banter and stuff, and you said yourself that, obviously, being a gay bloke, coming to Rugby League, you never had any prejudice or abuse. You have a bit of banter, but that's about it.
Yeah, there's banter, really. There's no homophobic comments or anything like that. It's all just banter, really.
And now, obviously, the sport recently hitting the headlines in the gay community with Keegan Hurst coming out, really brave of him. How did that make you feel as a gay bloke?
I think it's a step forward. So it's like, somebody coming forward and saying they're gay, and then it'll just sort of open the doors, hopefully, for other people just to do the same and feel that they're not going to get prejudiced against, so they can just be themselves.
Top man, thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Right, we're going to go now over to a St Helens crossbar challenge, and watch out for the techers on this one.
SPL, coach.
Gordon Turner, centre.
Hello, Jordan.
Travis Burns, stand off.
Good ball, halfback.
Oh no!
What's in my say? Front row.
Can't learn more.
Big Al.
Mark Flanagan, loose forward, scrum half, hooker, or whatever you want.
No physio.
Matt Burstall, centre, part-time goalkeeper.
Luke McCarthy's guys look defensive midfield player.
What I send you, bro?
We're going to talk to Jonesy now. Jonesy, I've been missing you, mate. You haven't been around me for a few days, but it's been a great, successful time for the club. And obviously, it must have been a bit surreal for yourself. I've seen you on the BBC there, cheating on us, talking to those BBC people. But I'll let you off this once. How did it feel being down at Wembley?
Usually get paid off BBC, so I don't mind switching on again.
Oh.
That was lovely, it was great, and we've been building it up for 3 or 4 weeks, haven't we now? And we've put a lot of effort and emotional energy into it the last 2 weeks, trying to promote it, trying to get people to go down there, and I think it was quite successful. I think it was very successful actually. Got loads of support, great couple of days, all the fans, the promos that we've been to, some great events that I've been fortunate to be at, the cenotaph, promos, pre-match meals, dinners, celebrations, the game itself, lifting the cup with Kevin Sinfield. I was complete surprise that he sort of threw me in. Without God's providence.
How did that feel?
Well, like I was going to say then, without God's providence, those scenarios, those situations wouldn't have been there, wouldn't have had the opportunity to do any of that. And I don't know, I hadn't really had time to process it. I think I just gone up there, done it. All credit to Kevin Sinfield, and it was all him. Just shows what an absolute superstar he is, what a genuine guy, a true friend. And we're not just a team, we're not just a club, it's a family. That's the team, that's the people behind the scenes, and that's the fans as well.
Also, I want to just touch on a bit of an emotional time going to the cenotaph. I've got some footage coming up, so give us a bit of insight into what you did there.
It was about laying a wreath, the cenotaph, and it was about remembering our servicemen and women who've gone into battle, gone into wars and paid the ultimate sacrifice. It was a really serious time for me. I really wanted to make the most of that opportunity. It was a bit different. I didn't expect traffic. It's right in the middle of the road actually. When you watch Queen do it, nobody's allowed within 200 metres, so I thought it was in a big courtyard. Didn't realise it in the middle of the road. Obviously they didn't shut it off for us. So you got ambulances flying up and down. Obviously the routine part of it, I wanted to get absolutely bang on. But it was just great. Terry Campese, Chris Chester, myself, Liam Sutcliffe and Gary Hetherington, we went down there, paid our respects with Parliamentary RL as well, who were brilliant, really fighting the cause for Rugby League down at the Parliament there, and it was just a real honour to be a part of, and that's just one of the examples of the other opportunities that I've had because of this injury.
Yeah, I think it's really important from myself, whose granddad fought in the war. I think everyone out there, all these old people who are dotting around, don't forget what these people gave up for us, because we'd all be speaking as a German right now if it weren't for them. So right now let's go down to the cenotaph and see how you boys got on.
Well, that's precisely the aim of work with the Rugby Football League, with the teams, with the clubs and with the Armed Forces players. We have over 1,000 registered players. Armed Forces Rugby League is strong. We just returned from a very successful tour of Australia. We very much support everything the Rugby League's trying to do, and we very much look forward to watching the game tomorrow at Wembley. More importantly, in the year 2015 and the years that follow, we recall and remember all those Rugby League players, all those Rugby League fans who gave their lives both in world wars and subsequent conflicts.
Yeah, it means a lot. It's quite emotional. In fact, it's quite nerve-wracking as well. I've never laid a wreath before, and it's important for me to do it properly, ceremoniously-wise. And it was as tough, as nerve-wracking as walking out at Wembley, but we've got that done, and it's really good to be able to tribute and honour the people that have fought for our country and died. I think one of the biggest lessons I've learned from the Challenge Cup is that the legacy that lives with me is one of persistence, perseverance. It's not always been very kind to me. I've lost a lot of finals, and even last year when we won it, we didn't win another game after it. So one of the quotes, the Winston Churchill quotes that always sticks in my mind is, success is never final, defeat's never fatal, it's courage to continue that counts. Now for us sportsmen, obviously we can get out of bed the next day whether we've won or lost, and the challenge is to be as good as we can be. Unfortunately for some of these guys that go and fight for our liberty at war, that's not always the case. So we want to come down here and honour the people that have paid the ultimate sacrifice for our country.
People are coming to the final who were down early enough. Quite a few came last year, I think more this year. I think this is going to be something that people will start to build into the Challenge Cup weekend, and that's absolutely fantastic. It's a very moving way to start. It makes us all think about the sacrifice that people from our game have made, and then we can all look forward to the final tomorrow. So I think will become a hugely important annual part of the weekend.
Oh, 100%. I wasn't quite sure of what to expect. First time for myself and also our squad in a long time to get to Wembley. So, just when you hear the father saying a prayer and also the trumpet going, it just raises the hair on your arms, doesn't it? It's just one of those emotional moments, and just very proud to be a part of it.
And you bow your head, you do bow your head, and you bow your head to the people who paid the ultimate sacrifice for our country and given us the opportunity to enjoy a sporting occasion like tomorrow. I did it last year. I found it moving last year. I found it more moving, in truth, this year, for whatever reason. And there were more people, and it just, if it becomes part of our pre-cup final tradition, then I'll be very, very pleased and proud.